Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week this week is the High Priestess. So yes, your own intuition and intuitive energies, capabilities and powers are at their peak this week. That's what this card represents. It also speaks to a hidden thing, whether this is a piece of information, whether it's even an item for some of you that maybe you've misplaced. This week it could show up or it could turn up. The other thing that I talk about with this card, and I don't talk about it a lot because it's not always the case, but sometimes this card speaks to me of stripping things back to basics. So this week, it really is about the quality, not the quantity. This is about taking something back to the drawing board, taking it back to its clearest, purest components and working with things from there rather than moving forward. All right. So with that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the Four of Swords. This is a good week to do some very deep meditation practice. Especially because you've got the Four of Swords here, which your actions and options, which means you're already taking it easy. This is about tapping into the liminal spaces in life, whether this is that you go and sit by the seashore, you know, because that's a liminal space. It's in between the land and the water. Whether this is that you do some kind of meditation at, you know, dawn when the sun is just coming up and you're still in between. Whether it's that you do it at dusk, you know, when the sun is going down and you're just in between. This is about finding the liminal spaces between waking and sleeping this week, between this world and the other. And I really feel that this week, if you do some kind of meditative practice, you'll get a lot out of it this week. Like this could be a really powerful week for that kind of practice for you. Now, because this is in your actions and options, what I actually think, especially because of the whole purity aspect, what you're being asked to do here is, before you push on with any more of your plans this week, take a moment, take a beat to look at what you've done so far and ask yourself what needs to be adjusted or adapted now. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Nine of Cups. This is beautiful, especially with the High Priestess. That combination for me always speaks to some kind of spiritual healing. It could be that this week you have a conversation that really does mend some personal, well, it doesn't have to be a wound, but like the power of words, the power of conversation this week is going to be palpable and evident for you. For this Four of Swords as well, for some of you, you could be taking a rest. So maybe there's something that you have been working on or working towards that's kind of just wiped you out. You know what? And it's funny because after the course launch of Mindset Magic, I did lots of work on that. I had so many other things going on as well, plus work, plus the channel, plus and then once that was done, I was kind of like, I took a minute and I was like, okay, I can put my feet on the ground now. This kind of feels like one of those moments. It feels like, you know, when you take a really deep breath in and you have that moment where you wait before you expel and exhale. This feels like that. It's like that final moment before you put something out into the world. But that Nine of Cups, there's lots of good connections coming in here. There's lots of people either working on behalf of you in the background that maybe you're not even aware of. Maybe people are selling you on behalf of somebody. Do you know what I mean? Like in a way that you're not even aware of as yet. The other thing with that Nine of Cups, I like this. So they call it the wish fulfillment card. And it absolutely has that energy, but coupled with the High Priestess, this is gifts and blessings coming from spaces, places and people that you don't know. So I love it. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could be your name bouncing around in, you know, the minds of the teachers. Maybe maybe they're thinking about giving you a placement. Maybe they are thinking about, you know, making you a prefect, or that's probably, that's all I remember really from studies. But you know, this could be you know, where your name is on the minds and in the mouths of some very important people. This could be that you're being suggested for a teacher's assistant position just off the grounds of how well you're doing with your studies. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could be a position that you have wanted for some time. It may be about to come up, and you might get a tap on the shoulder just when you think nothing is moving and nothing is happening. You might get the tap on the shoulder to say, by the way, this is coming up. We know that this is something that you've wanted for a while. Are you still interested? So that could be great. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, there's a really big question here. And well, not a big question. I kind of feel like this is you, like whatever you're working on, you've poured a lot of time, a lot of effort, potentially a lot of resources into this thing, and it's now starting to come good. It's now starting, you're going to start to see the results from it, or the seeds start to sprout over the course of this week. The other thing with that Nine of Cups, this could be business and or potential returns or rewards that are coming. It's almost like there are things shaping up that you can't see yet. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And then when it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, the feeling I actually get from this for you guys is this is the mending of a rift. Whether this is an argument, whether it's a falling out, whether it's you know, harsh words that have been spoken, this is a moment where you and another person that maybe you care about get to kind of, you know, remesh or reconcile something. For your love and relations, you've got the Hermit card. You've got two nines. So the High Priestess, the Hermit. So when it comes to partnerships, relationships and connections, for some of you it looks like those areas of life have been a bit slow. So if you're single and you're kind of like, okay, what's going on with my love life? This actually feels to me like you're having a break at the moment because you're being prepared for somebody new that is coming in. However, I don't think you will have anything to do with this new person coming in. It's not something that's happening because you decided to get a new profile or, you know, do all of the usual things that we do in, you know, this modern era. I actually feel like this is somebody that will just show up unbidden. And if I had to give you their characteristics, they're likely to be older than you. Potentially, they could be quite spiritual. This could also, because the High Priestess has an element of quality to her as well, her and the Empress. The difference being, like, the Empress is more lush and sort of in your face and overt with it, like she's not above a little shimmy, whereas the High Priestess is a lot more reserved and, you know, is a lady darling. So I really like that. I think this could be, if you're single, enjoy the break, because the next person that comes in will be of a certain level and quality that may, you know, not to say that you're not all that in a bag of chips, but may force you to level up in some way. For those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, this is you and your significant other needing, not wanting, but needing to take time away from the maddening crowd. This is you and your partner spending time together, spending time alone together. Yeah. For your money and materials, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. So, okay, so, I mean, look, the money is steady this week. It doesn't come, you know, raining in buckets from the sky, but it's not bad either. I actually really like this, especially because of this mix and this combo. It's like there's results, there's financial blessings and rewards that are coming in. With that, it's like you've already done the work for it and now it starts to show up, but the money is steady this week. So the money that you are earning is coming from the work that you do, and more importantly, it's coming from the work that you love. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, that Eight of Pentacles, this is actually, especially with the High Priestess there, this is a really good week to start working on health. whatever that might mean to you. The Eight of Pentacles is actually your digestive system, and you've got a double hit of that energy because you've got the Hermit card present as well, and then you've got the Nine of Cups. So health and or healing are very much in this reading, so this is something to pay attention to this week. And then when it comes to your home and environment, I mean, the Eight of Pentacles could literally just be work that you're doing on the home or around the home. So, you know, all the maintenance stuff, fun stuff, you know. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all. It's gardening or, you know, outside stuff. I mean, I don't have a garden as yet. But, yeah. This could be that kind of stuff. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.